Since I announced that I'd stand as the Green Party candidate here in Somerton and Frome, we've had a fantastic month. We've raised over £3,000 in a crowdfunding campaign, fantastic donations from 158 people. We've got our initial team together and begun to plan how we're going to run the campaign. And we've had a really inspiring visit from the Green Party leader, Natalie Bennett, who came down and spoke in Frome to an absolutely packed public meeting of over 180 people. And so we know now that there is a green surge occurring. And I think there's a bigger surge occurring in the country, which is that there are thousands of people here in Somerset who know that they don't want another 4 years of business as usual as a result of the next election. We can't actually afford, most of us, to continue to experience growing inequality, council cuts, welfare cuts, the privatisation of the NHS. And then there are many thousands of us who care passionately about what's happening to our environment, to our living world, to our wildlife, and to the future of our young people. So we know that we have to change things. But many people don't actually know that they have an alternative. And that's why we need you to get involved and help in January. What we need to do is get people in every parish, in every ward, in every street in this constituency who are going to put up posters in their own windows, going to go to their friends or the people they work with in campaigns or at work and say, do you want to put up a poster too? Tell people about the Green Party, tell people there's an alternative, and help us by getting out, knocking on doors or putting leaflets through doors and attending other events to just raise the profile. Because, you know, we don't have these kind of professional political party machines behind us. What we have is the fact that we are tapping into the energy of real people facing real problems. I was down at Langport the other day talking to a campaigner there. They're trying to get the station reopened. And in fact, we'd like to see not only that station reopened, but many more stations, new stations opened, so that the national rail network, which we would bring back into public ownership, can play a role in providing proper transport and combating climate change. And I was down there talking to one of the campaigners there, and I met a guy who works for the council called Stuart, who was a GMB member, and part of his job is picking up or collecting the dog poo from the dog poo bins in all the parks in South Somerset. It turns out that's a very expensive business, setting up those bins. Each one of them costs 300 quid a time, and many thousands are being spent on them. But he's not the person who's deciding what happens in his department. And I've noticed again and again, if you look at the health service, it's the health workers who should be telling us how the health service needs to be run. If you look at the fire brigade, ask the firefighters what they need in order to do their job well. If you're looking at education, give the teachers and our educators a chance to design an education system that does our children credit. And the same is true across the board. And just as that's true of the world of work, it's also true of a democracy. You know, the people who have to speak up and get organised and make their feelings known now are the majority of ordinary people who are feeling the pinch and who are worried about what's happening to our planet. And unless we speak up, then again the discussion is going to be dominated by the same group of rich people and their friends who currently dominate our parliamentary system. And that's why I'm asking you, in January, get involved with us, come to our website, come to our Facebook, find out how you can keep in touch, because we're going to be holding a series of meetings across the constituency to pull people in, organise our campaign, find out who can do what, and make it really certain that by the time that general election comes, everyone knows there's a Green candidate, everyone knows there's a choice, and we have a real chance of changing history here in Somerton and Frome.